What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete, and today the goal for this video is to share with you guys some thoughts on probability and informed decision making. I'm trying to set up a game with 3 human opponents and 2 AIs on the Earth 2209 AD board. My usual settings apply: 60-second turns, balance, blitz for rolls, no novice, expert, AI, no fog, no blizzard. I'm in the 3rd position, so let's get a sense of who we're playing against. The 1st position, Eagle Rex, flying the flag of the United States, has just under 100 hours in the game and a less than 5% win ratio. Flying the flag, Croatia, in the 2nd position, we have Yakov Orlovich, and that is 8 hours with 0 wins, so they are a beginner. I'm in the 3rd, and then we have a bot, and flying the flag of Spain, Madot, 7 to 8 hours, 34 wins, 166 losses, and finally we have in white the 2nd bot. So, they changed the balance blitz odds, and it's I would suggest that that is the most crucial thing to understand if you're going to succeed at this game, if you're going to improve. You want to make sure that each individual decision point is as rational and as accurate as you possibly can make it. So we want to take the emotion out of our game as much as possible. I know it's really hard sometimes. We all get tilted. We all take things personally. We all get very attached to our nation state that we're building in this game. But it's important to remember that the ultimate goal, it's important to keep the ultimate goal in mind. And if the ultimate goal of yours is to win, which is mine, then you should, in my opinion, be willing to take every legal means necessary in order to succeed. And we can talk about that more after I play my turn. Looks like I've been given a bit of the North American position. So normally on this map I want to do the snowball strategy. The problem is that I've sort of been put right next to Orange, who is also doing a similar thing. Maybe they're going for Russia. So I don't want to make enemies right away. Is my ish, right? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a semi-North America, semi-Northern Europe play. And I'm going to be a little bit more cautious than I usually am at the beginning of the game and just make a couple of attacks. So we're going to start like that, which still kind of sets me up right next to Orange, which I don't love. But here we are. Okay, so back to philosophy. My education is in philosophy. I tend to and enjoy thinking very deeply about pretty much everything all the time, which I know for a lot of people sounds exhausting, but it's just what my brain likes to do, so I have fun with it. So, informed decision making vis-a-vis the game of Risk comes down to, for each individual attack and defensive choice, you want to put yourself in the best position odds-wise to succeed. So, they've cut out a lot of the they've cut out even more of the high and the low ends of the probability distribution in this new update with Balance Blitz. So what ends up happening is, before you would get, say, a 4-on-1, like this scenario, would have been a 97% chance to take. Now it's 100. Okay? So I'm going to try and show you guys as many of these individual attack possibilities in this video, and once you can internalize the heuristic of what is 100% to take and when it is appropriate to roll at less than 100% odds, you'll do a lot better at figuring out whether or not you should make any given move. So, whereas 4-on-1 used to be 97%, I played enough games, so I saw that 3% chance happen a lot. So I started putting 5 stacks to take ones if I really wanted to guarantee. Now I don't have to do that. The game is skewed more aggressively. To take out a 2, I think you need a 6 stack, but you can reasonably do it with 5. To take out a 3, you need a 7. I think 7 on 3 is 100%. To take out a 4, you need a 9, but the 8 on 4 roll, is 99%. You're probably going to make that 99% gamble just about every time. I'm going to show you guys a chart at the end of this video that was put together by Obi-Wan Coruscant on the Discord, and he was gracious enough to let me share it with you guys, and I'll link to it in the description below, and that will give you the new updated balance splits odds. So as expected, orange goes for Russia. So they really shouldn't be allowed to hold that, because that is 7 additional bonus. But I don't want to be the one to fuck that up. That would be too much of a tell too early. But I am not in a good position. I don't want to lose this game either, so what the hell do I do? Okay, what I do is I try to make friends with the Russian player. So this is how I do that, and watch. So I'm going to move around him and not break, and then finish that continent. So now we're neighbors. And let's see if we're good neighbors or bad neighbors, right? Because I don't want to break him. I really hope he doesn't want to break me. And I've put him sort of as the only player who can. So this will tell me whether or not the player who's taken Russia is down for peaceful coexistence on this front, and then we both don't have to guard, or if he wants to make a fight of it. It's a bit of an overextension on my part right away. I'm holding 18 territories, he's holding 15 now. So if he drops below that, then he'll only be reinforcing the extra 1. But, of course, holding Russia, I'm kind of betting on either red or maybe a bot. There is no bot, really. Well, this guy. Okay, so there's no bot to break. So one of my 2 human opponents has to break, and I don't think they will. Which means that orange is off to an easy lead, which can be okay for me. It can be really bad for me if that lead goes right into me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm currently ranked 46th, so I'm really not trying to lose. But hey, it's bound to happen sometimes. The white player puts in North America. Hopefully doesn't go this way. It does. Does it break me? It does. Alright, I'm fucked. Well, that was a fun game. I might not win. I'm going to now try to do everything I can to not lose this game. Does red break Russia? No. Red finishes Australia. That's my guess. And you know what? It's not the end of the world not holding that continent, because I do still have 16 territories. Assuming I don't lose too many more, I will be reinforcing 5 troops on my turn. Probably won't retake that Northern European continent, though. I'll probably spread in another place. Maybe this African position, but that seems surrounded by purple. Yeah. As expected, red takes some more pieces of Australia, so I lose this territory here. So I'm down to 15. They're going to finish that continent now. This is bad for me, too. Having 2 of my opponents successfully holding continents, and I don't have one, and I haven't really successfully snowballed out. Maybe I was paying too much attention to my big mouth and not enough to the game. So let's switch our focus just for a moment. And breathe. And try not to lose. It looks like orange is going to punch me. That's not good. Okay. How do I not lose now? There's nowhere I can really go that isn't in orange's way. I think here is the place I go. But it's shitty, right? It's really shitty. It's fine. Orange can snowball out from there, and then someone is going to have to do something about it, and right now I'm just trying to not lose. I might lose. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. So all I did there was I got my easy take, and now I have an army as far away from this guy as I possibly can, but looks like too little too late. I'm holding 14, holding 13. All the bots are also pushing into me. Sometimes you just don't catch a break. The Indigo player is putting into Southern Africa. They are also going to be a problem for me in the future. Don't have a match on 3. I'm going to get eaten like food this game. Oh my god, this is terrible. Whew. Well, I won't be ranked 46 anymore. The white player takes a piece of orange. North American also will probably try to hit me up there. I don't have any position left. It's going to be really, really hard to not lose this game. Well, you know what? Maybe I can pull it off. Maybe I'm crafty and I can figure out a road to victory from this terrible, terrible situation that has occurred. Oh no. Alright. Red doesn't have the nuts to break orange, so red and orange are both going to expand and become very strong at my expense. And there's nowhere I can go safely that doesn't just get bombed. I think I'm going to put my reinforcement here, but make my attack in North Africa. So I have 2 really weak separated positions. But it's looking to be too little too late at this point. Orange putting in 11. Wherever they go very strongly. There's no bots surrounding them, so there's nothing that's going to just break them. And he's guarding, but he's guarding successfully. I would say that this is probably Orange's game. Almost for sure. He would have to screw up really badly or get teamed up on somehow. Okay, Orange is taking Europe. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, I lose a piece of Japan. Okay. Well, Orange now has a pretty clean front with red. If red can see which way the wind is blowing, I'm sure they're getting a little bit nervous about that now as well. My attack is going to be here, because white's going to finish up there. And if I put it up in Alaska, it would just get eaten by orange. So I'm playing the slow survive strategy now. Oh, this is not exactly the way I wanted this cookie to crumble. Okay, well, magenta matches early. Hang on to that piece of Scandinavia there for some reason, and they finish South America. I'm going to lose. Well, at least the indigo-colored player is looking as shitty as I am, and he makes a crazy attack into Australia. So maybe I can finagle a scenario where they're the fish instead of me, and I eat the indigo player, and that way I can use those resources to pivot into a more successful position. At least now we have a bot holding a continent on Orange's border. And knowing what we all know of bots, bots are incentivized to brick, so Orange should probably have an eye to guard the Kamchatka. Is it called Kamchatka on this map too? It is! We got Kamchatka, Irkutsk, and Yakutsk, just like we would want to. Alright, what is red doing? Red is going to retake in Oz, because I don't know why the hell blue did that, but now blue is certainly the fish. Maybe they don't have a match on 4. And I'm going to be forced to match on my next turn. So, maybe I finagle a scenario where I kill indigo. I'm on their border there, but I kind of have to expect and hope this piece to be killed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this position to take a piece of red, but I'm going to put my troops here and move them to blue's border. And hopefully it doesn't appear too threatening. but it's too little too late. This is all I have the hope to do at this point. Orange putting in 12 troops again. They have 52 troops on the board to my 18 and Indigo's 13. White also has 16 troops remaining, but they're guarding. So they're not playing aggressively, which is what you kind of really need to be doing on this board. So they're rolling 3-on-1s. 3-on-1 is now, I think it was upgraded from, I think it's now 9. It was like 70, it was like 80%. I think it's now closer to 90%. We'll look at the chart and I can discuss all that. So he does take Europe now. I'm going to hope that white breaks. And I'm also going to hope that well, that won't be removed because it could be on my next turn. Kind of have to hope for that. It's a lot of ifs here. A lot of ifs, but I'm just trying to put myself in a position where I can capitalize on another opponent's weakness. Maybe Indigo matches in now and changes that, but I have 5 cards, so I'm going to be matching next turn. I don't think anyone can kill me yet, and Orange is holding 2 continents, so they're going to be getting a huge bonus. Take it out! That's what I hope to happen. Okay, that's one half of the plan. The second half of the plan is Indigo not matching in on their turn. Now, they might just as easily get eaten by Red, which sucks for me. Can I kill White? Yeah, this game hinges on Orange and what Orange does. Red's probably going to eat the Indigo player on their turn. Is Red terrible? No, they're not. I mean, well, they are terrible. They've played almost 100 hours, though, so maybe they can see that that is their correct decision. If I was Red, I would put my troops on Western Australia and punch into Blue with my match bonus and then take their 5 cards. Okay, looks like Indigo is quit. Blue, Indigo, whatever you want to call it. He's gone AFK. He knows he's the fish, and he says, I'm not going to sit here and watch it happen. Which means if a bot takes over at the end of this turn, it's going to match in. Unless he doesn't have a match. Okay, rolling 6-on-4. Wins. 13 troops holding 5 cards. I sure hope I get to eat it, but I'm not because I'm too late. Too late to that party. Okay. The white player matches in, is no longer the fish. Match point is now 8, which means Red gets the 10, which means Orange gets the 12, which means I get the 15, so I'm not so fucked. And Orange finally has somebody to deal with. Okay. Red putting in 12 also matches, eats Indigo. I hope they don't see it. I hope they don't see it. They should see it. He's thinking, though. Think long and hard, my friend. Think long and hard and fuck this up and give the game to me. Oh, he fucked this up, didn't he? Well, let's see if Orange sees it. Because Orange at least has been focused more on guarding and defending. Okay. Red gets the 8. Where did the 8 go? Not enough. He's guarding. Okay. Guard all you want, sir. I'm going to eat this guy for dinner. And he even chips into him, making it slightly easier for me. I love it. Alright, it's up to Orange. Does Orange kill Indigo? Or is Orange worried about White? White also still looking kind of weak. Orange putting in 12 troops. Where do they go? They go here and they punch that way, I suspect, making White weak so I can hopefully kill Indigo and White on my turn. And that's how I pivot from the losing position to a strong, potentially winning position. Let's see if that all works out the way I hope it will. Everyone paying attention to their continents in progressive. Don't do that. The board doesn't matter as much as the cards. Even this one. Board matters a ton, right? Orange looks like they're in a commanding lead. They have more than 3 times my forces at the moment, but watch what happens on my turn. I really didn't think I would have any chance of winning this game. He's going to break 2. He's going to break. Break them. Yep. Break all the bots surrounding you, sir. Good job. I'm gonna win this game. Huh. Who knew? Okay. The white player has a contiguous position worth 15. I am matching in exactly 15. They only have 2 cards. I'm holding. Perfect. Okay. I'm holding 4, which means I'll be guaranteed to match next turn with the 5, which means I don't have to do anything else right now. And assuming nobody else eats white. I don't want to appear threatening to red. I can go the other way. That's where I want my army to be. I'm good now. I got 2 separated positions. No one person can kill me. We have a strong bot in magenta. Red doesn't seem... And red and orange, both my human opponents that remain, are guarding. Okay, I eat white on my next turn. And match again. And that's how I start to take the lead from what was a almost certain death. That's a good comeback. It's not certain yet. My opponents still have a lot to say about that. But sure, white gets an easy take. I gotta punch through 22 troops. I almost have enough right there before my match. I got 3 cards. I'll match again in turn. And then I'll push into orange. Just enough, I think, to break their bonus. Orange showed no willingness to coexist with me up there, even though they weren't the ones to break me. Rolling that 9 on 4 was real cute in the early game, so I'm very happy to make them lose. Red spending the first half of their turn thinking. I always suggest, guys, that if you're going to make your decisions on other people's turns and then execute them on your own. If you have to be thinking on your own turn, you're not doing so well. Finally, someone's pushing into orange too. Does red break Russia? 6 on 4 is okay. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Do you do the odds of 6 on 4? I would have done it if I was making that move, but it doesn't look like he's actually making it. Looks like he is now going, what the fuck is going on? So what's going on is orange puts in 20 additional troops for their 2 continent bonuses. Too late for them, though. It's not going into me. They're guarding. So they're going to break Magenta's Central Asian position. Look at all of this meat they control. What I'm going to do on my turn is I'm going to hook around this way. I'm going to finish, and then I'm going to break Russia from that angle. Yep. Punch me all you want, sir. I think it's too late for you. Trying to capture a 3rd continent, this greedy person. Not realizing that the game of progressive is nothing about the continents and everything about the cards. Well played, orange. This is where the tide turns against you. So I'm going to punch them. I'm going to break all 3 of their continents right here. Give them a little trouble, but I still have a 24 stack, and I'm going to move it over. Oh, I can't. Those don't connect yet. All right, I'm going to move it over here so I can cut through the other way. Holding 3 cards. Do I have a match? I still have 2 separated positions. I don't have a match on 3. Okay, so now we have a balanced game. So orange and I are equivalent. Orange, red, and I are equivalent. I have 1 less card. So I have to parry both of these guys' attacks if they decide to push into me. But I expect what I've done will actually trigger... Nice! Nice. Will actually trigger orange to retake their center. And I have flanked them on either side. And red, I think, is going to do something, but they're less consequential. Of course, the next thing I really have to worry about is who and when matches in next. That's another reason why I keep these positions very separated. All right, 9 on 3 is... 9 on 3 is 100% now. It used to be... No, 9 on 3 is easily 100%. 9 on 4 is 100%. Okay? I don't see why red wouldn't break magenta's continent, though. So if you're trying to guard, here's guarding strategy, which I don't recommend in progressive, but if you're trying to guard, you put that 8 stack, and they got nothing but singles, right? You put that 8 stack in Chile, not North Island, New Zealand. Okay, looks like red is hunkering down, but they're holding 5 cards, so... Red will get to match in again, and the match point is now 25, 30. Here we go. This game is going to get exciting. But the problem with these two guys, I can already tell you, is they don't move fast enough. So I'm going punchy, 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 punchy. What Orange is going to do is take the middle. Maybe they break me in this... They certainly break me, based on their previous play patterns. They certainly break me in Greenland. Okay? So they've retaken Russia. Is that all you do? No, you break me in Greenland. Of course you do. Of course you do. I would attribute a lot of my success to just being able to accurately predict what my opponents are going to do based on their previous behavior. Do I want to break Russia? Do I even care? Yeah, fuck this guy. Now, you know what? I'm going to let him have those 7 troops. If those 7 troops are the difference... See, here's why. He's holding 5 cards. Both my opponents are holding 5 cards right now. If they match in and punch me super hard, I'm fucked. So, what I do instead is... I move away from these guys and occupy more of the board. But don't hurt either of them, really. So, the magenta player could get taken out, but they're probably going to match in now, and they're no longer here at all. So some of that match goes into either of my opponents, and that's fine by me. Amazing, amazing. I'm holding 4. Do I have a match? If I don't have a match on 4, I'm in trouble. Got the match, so we get the 35, we get the 40, I get the 45. Cool. I like the 45. That's real juicy. We're getting close to the end game now, where I don't really have to... Where I can't really eat either of these guys right away. So I didn't fuck over red. I hope red doesn't fuck over me, but they probably will. Orange probably will break me there. So I'm not going to hold any of these continents I just took, but I am going to hold half the board, or a third of the board. You know, something good. And I get both these guys to match in before I do. So I get to see where they go. Red doesn't fuck with me at all? Okay, puts it there. Sure. Interesting. Am I going to lose my big stack? Or does he keep guarding? I don't want to fuck with you, dude. Yeah, cool. And he doesn't break Chile? That's perfect. So you guys can see there's that connection point between Chile and New Zealand there in the bottom corner. Okay, he does break my South America. Good for him. I hope you're proud of yourself. Too bad I'm not counting on continents to win this game. Orange puts in 40. He's going to take his middle, I suspect, and maybe break me there. But he's got a problem. He's got a big problem in purple right there on his border. Okay, so he says, fuck you, get the hell out of my face, setting me up to eat the magenta player. I'll take those 2 cards now, thank you very much. If I'm matching in the 45 and he has 60 and I have those, well, it's still kind of tight for 2 cards. It's not ideal. But I'd rather eat these guys now, I think, than risk leaving them up for any of my opponents to take. Maybe orange finishes purple here, and there's slightly less troops to worry about. This is going very well for me. I'm surprised. Really expected to lose this game. Okay, so I eat magenta, and I break a little bit, just enough of orange to make sure that they can't come back and hurt my soul. Now, does this one still connect? Did they fix that? They fixed that. That used to connect. Yemen used to connect to Iran. I'm glad I didn't put my eggs in that basket. Little breaky break. I don't know why Orange would expect that I don't break them here, because fuck you, right? And I'm not holding continents, so you can't really break me in the same way. I'm going to be holding 4 cards. Hope that it is enough to match again next turn. We got a match. Okay. So we now have 3 human opponents remain alive in this game. Can really show you Chile, and I can shrink my stupid face, maybe, is the trick. Yeah, that's better. Now you can at least see the friggin' board. Okay. So the end game is going to go, I have to kill one of these guys in favor of the other. And I think it's going to be Orange. Orange just seems to be playing a slightly bit better game than Red. But now Red has adopted the Kill Pete strategy. Red is going to go, I got to punch this guy. So, maybe it is you who has to go, Red. Maybe I distribute my forces evenly. No, I think I break Red's heart. I think I cut in through here. So they've left themselves open, essentially. You want to punch me? That's cool. I can punch you back. Ooh. Orange is going to push into the middle. He's also going to break me in North Am. Good for you. Good for you. All right, I'm facing a war on 2 fronts, both of my opponents. Okay. So Red has cards, Orange does not. So it is incumbent upon me to hurt Red on my next turn. Orange is going to break me in North Am for sure. Orange is going to break me in Africa. They're going to break me in Asia. I won't get any of my continent bonuses. So what I do is I break Red's middle. Soft middle. Ooh, maybe I cut through here. That's actually what I do. I take the Pacific Island chain, and I break their Australia that way. Now, I have a huge stack, and I'm not going to spend it all. I'm just going to spend a little bit, fucking up my opponent's continents. The audacity, Red. The audacity to think that you were going to kill me. The Kill Pete strategy is effective, but you have to make sure that you kill Pete. So where do I put my big army? Is there a place I can attack them both? Yes. Put my big army there. This position allows me to attack both of my opponents. Red is not holding a continent. Orange is holding 2. But Orange spent their cards to do so. Now Red puts their troops in, probably takes out their Australian middle. Bunch of parrying attacks now. Part of me wants to just push into one of these guys and really demoralize them. This is a great endgame. Wow. Wow, I'm really fighting. I'm fighting tooth and nail this game to not lose. Okay, Red will break me in Africa. Break me in North America. Oh, he's a little tilted. He's rolling manually. Spending the majority of his turn to get a single attack. Okay. Well, I'm going to lose my North African continent. Boo-hoo. Okay, that's all he does. Interesting. So Orange breaks me here, Orange breaks me there. I would be very shocked if they didn't. Well, at least you guys are playing predictably. Can trip this guy because what? You break me, I break you. So, do the same thing. Dance this dance before. Gonna roll 20 on 58? That's not a bad idea. Oh, he's rolling manually. Good for you. Good for you. This guy is better than I expected. I should really try to kill orange first. Well done. Running out of time, though. Check this out. Now orange is fucked. I think both these guys are fucked. Okay, so now I gotta preserve my army. So I'm gonna hide it in the middle of myself, which I don't normally like to do, but I can't afford to get attacked from both sides right now and lose that stack. Do I have a match on 3? I don't. See, that's why, right? I want to save it for my next turn. My next turn here is just going to be pull out from whatever I lose. But now you guys can see I control most of the board. They are all broken. Nobody's holding continents, really. Everyone is split into these disparate nation states. Red has quit. Oh no! They're still fighting! Fight, fight, fight! Let's do it! Maybe they pop my big army. Let's do it! Do they go for me? No. See? So what they had to do is kill my big army there. And they're rolling manually for some fucked up reason. We've got 60-second turns. You really can't afford the time. But it's clear I am archenemy. The kill Pete strategy has been activated by both of my opponents, so I'm going to have to figure out a way where I can kill them both. And red has slightly more troops than orange and I, who are equalized around 105. Okie dokie, red takes South America. What are the chances I'm going to let them hold that? Absolutely zero. Orange puts in and gets most of what they lost back, but they don't get to hold it strongly like they had before when they were guarding. So all I have to do is break red a little bit there, and then I can pay the rest of my attention into orange. Orange making themselves a contiguous position again allows me to punch through them on my next turn when I hopefully have a match on 4. Well, I expect to have a match on 4. That's another thing about probability, guys. So your odds of having a match on 3 are slightly over 1/3. Your odds of having a match on 4 are slightly over 2/3. Near to 3/4. So you can play with the expectation that you don't have a match on 3, but you do have a match on 4. Okay, so they took 2 continents. I want to make sure that their position is about as contiguous as possible. I'm going to push into each of my opponents evenly, but I'm going to move my big army such that I have access to orange, who is the primary fish next. And let's see if that's how this goes. Maybe they have a match on 3 and I eat it. I kind of have to let red pull ahead in order to kill orange. But controlling most of the board as I do I have a match on 4? I don't. Ooh! Okay, so this is where you lose. This is where you lose badly if you fuck up. So not having a match on 4 is a key thing to get you in the end game of a progressive cards board. But it looks like finally red has quit because he realizes he can't beat me. And then if red switches into a bot, I can focus all of my attention on orange until they're dead. Only way I lose this game now is by both of them punching me together. And for their entire turn. Okay, red bot's out now, and doesn't get a card. Which means my entire force goes into orange, and I'll be holding 5. And I'll eat them for lunch here. Offer the good game now. You tried your best. See, orange is playing correctly. Too bad he doesn't have a teammate in red, and that is why I turn off alliances for my free-for-all multiplayer games, because I am not interested in getting ganged up on. Yep, this was good. Since I don't have a match, I'm not going to attack any of his big stacks. I'm just going to attack all of those singles and hopefully demoralize this guy. I'll even waste some of my turn chirping him. Leaving orange with pretty much nothing left. Sorry, dude. Guaranteed to match next turn. I will eat orange unless they put all their... They have a match on 4 maybe, but at least red quits. So. Controlling 68 territories of what I think this board is 86. Almost the entire board now. And the red AI doesn't have a match on 4, or on 3. Okay. Them not getting a take last turn was instrumental. Orange has a match. Game continues. I have to still push all my forces into orange because thankfully red quit. So I can. I'm going to punch my big army short. And they do punch, 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 punch. So all I do is I retake everything I lose. And I leave... orange with a string that is pushing into my territory. They've made their position contiguous again. And that's perfect. So what is the match point now? In the 70s? Yep, 70. My match bonus is probably like going to be 20-ish. Try as he might. He can't click fast enough, and he doesn't have the correct strategy to defeat me in the late game. Man, this feels like this game's been going a long time. Alright, here we go. I don't think I defeat orange on my turn, but I get real close. Alright, 100 stack. What do they have, 111? It'll be close. And it'll end with that big 49 stack they have in Great Britain. $37 on 49. Blitz chance is 11. What do I do? Attack limit. How do I control that, I wonder? I think this switches it to true random, so maybe we'll roll that. See how it goes. Yeah, that was better. That was better. I got almost all of their troops. Wish them a good game now. And pass the turn. Feels good. Sure, I am glad I was able to identify and then eat the fish at the appropriate time. Would have been real bad news for me otherwise. And hey, maybe we rank up to 45, but I'm not counting on it. There's very, very small increments now of gains when you're pushing into the top 50 players. And any loss, I can only imagine, costs you a ton. So that's why I'm really, really trying my best not to lose. Orange gets his take, but he is now my dinner. Fighting to the bitter end, though. You got to admire someone who sticks around to the end of the game, even though they know they're defeated. Well played, Yakov Orlovich. You are now dinner. Bye! Alright. Matching in. Red's going to match in on their turn. I'm going to try to remove one of their 2 positions. As much as possible, I guess. Okay, that's pretty good. So this game is over. The bot controlling red will do something, but it will be inconsequential, and I'll win in the next turn or maybe the turn after. Oh, that looked a little glitchy. Ooh, 69 troops! Okay, what do we got here? We got 50 something. 454. It's crazy. Okay. And that's the game. So, I'm going to show you guys the table that Obi-Wan prepared. And let me see, did I get a rank point? I did, 45, hey? Not too shabby. I'll show you this table and you'll see what I mean. So, if you want to pay attention to, it doesn't really show on YouTube very well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this in the show notes so you guys can understand your odds. So, attacker is the top row, defender is the column. 2-on-1 has a 37% chance to win, so only 1 out of 3. But 3-on-1 now has been upgraded to 89%. That's almost 90, so 89 is really good odds. You will never win, 0% chance 2-on-2, and you'll only win less than a third of the time, 28% 3-on-2. So don't roll 3-on-2s, guys. 4-on-2s is bad, but it's not terrible, 75%. And 5-on-2s is 93. So if you're in a pinch, and you only have 5 troops, you can reliably expect to kill a 2-stack with 5 troops. Okay? Now let's go on. How do you kill a 3? 3-on-3 is only 6%. Don't do it. 4-on-3 is 45%. Don't do it. 5-on-3 is 73. Still bad, but not terrible. And then now we're talking 6-on-3 is 91%. 7-on-3 is 100. Okay? The final one I want to share with you guys, you can look at this at length on your own. The final one I want to share with you is 4s. So how do you beat a 4-stack? You can reliably beat a 4-stack with 8. Okay? Odds to beat a 4 is 0% if you're rolling 2, 0% if you're rolling 3, 21%. 4-on-4. So even odds on 4, not good, right? 5-on-4 is 46, 6-on-4 is 72, and then it starts to get good with 7. So 7 is 88%. 8-on-4 is 99%. You're going to get it almost every time, and it becomes 100 after that. We'll link this in the show notes. You guys can check it out. I just want to share with you where we're at. So I think I just ranked up to 45th place, so I'm 5.1 something million skill points. And I just wanted to show you guys the difference between 45th and 1st. So I still need 1.5x almost to get to the top position is 7.5 million. So still got a long way to go. Probably not going to make it, and you got to do a lot of wins for every loss. So wish me luck with all of that. I don't think I'm necessarily gunning for the top spot in this game either. I'm just trying to enjoy myself and learn as much as I can. I hope you guys have learned something as well. And until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.